أما بعد. Brothers and sisters, committed Muslims, Allah Jalla wa Ala instructs us to learn from those who, out of sincerity or otherwise, had their mistakes and their serious errors. To this end, he says, in reference to the collapse of previous civilizations and the undoing of foregone societies, he says, لَقَدْ كَانَ فِي قَصَصِهِمْ عِبْرَةٌ. There is indeed a lesson in their narratives. لَقَدْ كَانَ فِي قَصَصِهِمْ عِبْرَةٌ. There's a moral lesson in the details of their history. From understanding this, we seek to learn from our own history and from our own selves. And this is what we have been covering in the past. Allah knows how many khutbahs on Friday, well over a year now. And it happens that now we are at the point of learning from ourselves, and we pity the Muslims who are not willing to learn from our own mistakes, from the strengths and the weaknesses that were a result of our own decisions. There was a time in the 4th decade after the Prophet, may Allah's peace and blessings be upon him and his, when we the Muslims, we the Muslims decided that we are going to settle the most serious disagreement that we've had by talking it out, by trying to reach some type of understanding absent the battlefield. And we took a look last week and the week before at what has come to be known in our history as at-tahkim. In earlier literature, this tahkim was referred to as hukuma. What we are speaking about is the arbitration that occurred between those who were on the side of the Imam and those who were on the side of Muawiyah. And the two arbiters, in their own ways, failed the Muslim public. Have we had an enriched analysis an enriched analysis of why this happened. And I venture with a good degree of confidence to say to you that regrettably we have not had Muslim minds who could zero in on this history of ours and sort out what went wrong and what went right. Up until now, this is virgin history. It hasn't been approached by the human mind. It has been approached by human emotions, but not by our rational capability. We know that it ended in a failure and in a deception, but we never cared to look at the social implications that went into that deception and that emotionalism, and the social trends that emerged from that implication, from those implications and that emotionalism. And because once again this has become a very delicate and sensitive issue to the Muslims, we know that Amr ibn Al As tricked or fooled Abu Musa al-Ash'ari. That part we know. We also know that word spread within the Muslim society concerning the results of this. Ibn al-As returns to Damascus, and Abu Musa al-Ash'ari finds refuge in Mecca. He didn't even have the stamina to return to the people that deputized him for this mission. So what happened now, what concerns us, because the history of Muawiyah is a history of kings, and those who are more concerned with earthly power than they are concerned with heavenly justice. So we don't want to even bother to consider the details of what happened in the aftermath of this on the Muawiyah side of this issue. We're simply not interested at this point. But let us take a look at what happened with the sincere Muslims who up until now were trying their best to solve this issue. When word arrived in southern Iraq concerning the arbitration that took place in northern Arabia, and Imam Ali stood in front of his constituents and said the following, and this is verbatim, as is related to us by the historian Al-Baladhuri. He said the following, word by word: Alhamdulillah, وإن أتى الدهر بالخطب الفادح والحدث الجليل وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله